Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're talking about the best luxury beauty of 2024 so far. I started doing this a couple years ago on my channel where at the halfway mark, so June, I would look back at the first 6 months of the year and see which beauty releases stood out to me the most. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. Now, I have tried a lot of new makeup in the past 6 months, but I'm really gonna try my best to be cutthroat and just really focus on the best of the best. And we're gonna go alphabetically. So, first up is Chanel. So, they sprung this winter, not even a holiday, like winter, spring, summer collection here with the palette number 388 Éclat de Nuit. And this is Chanel's version of a smoky eye, but lighter. So when you look at this, it looks sort of like a classic smoky eye. However, you actually emphasize more of the lighter colors than the darker. This is what the palette looks like here. So I used this quite a bit at the beginning of the year. I absolutely adore this shade here, and I would mix it with these ones here and sometimes this one. And I actually created multiple lighter looks. Again, this is a smoky eye, but focusing more of the attention on the lightness instead of just the darkness, which I thought was so pretty. And there were two eyeliners that came with the release. My favorite one of the two was number 76, Brun Platine. This waterproof liner here looks like it just mixes with the palette. It looks like it's just a fifth member of the collection here. It's brown, a little bit taupe. It has a little shift in it. Very pretty, very light. And I just like this idea of taking a classic concept, but just a little spin on it as well. There was a separate collection called Chanel Rouge Allure Velvet Nuit Blanche, and a Nuit Blanche just means an all-nighter. And they came out with these gorgeous white packaging limited edition lipsticks, and I got two shades, but the one that is absolutely my favorite is the one that I'm wearing today. It's the one called 7 a.m., 7 o'clock, and it is this absolute gorgeous peachy pink. It's like a nudie peachy pink. It's just the perfect color. It's technically a velvet, but it feels a little bit more satiny on me. And this is the color here. You can see me building it up a little bit. It really just is the perfect color. If you just do one light swipe, you get a flush of color. You can build it up to this perfect color. It's so flattering. This sold out instantly. They restocked, they sold out again, they restocked, sold out again. I don't know what the situation is, but it's so pretty, very easy to use. You can just sort of throw it on without really thinking about it. So that's why it's my favorite. Next up is the blush that I'm wearing today, and this is from the Chanel Les Beige Winter Glow. This is a new release from Chanel. I'm guessing it'll come out every year for a few years, but this is the Les Beige Rose Polaire, so like a polar rose. It is so pretty. It has a slight shift to it. So this one here, you do have to build it up a little bit because it is Les Beige, it's you, but better, that sort of lightness to a product. And it's what I'm wearing on my cheeks. I forgot to wear highlighter. I'm literally just wearing this blush here, and you can see it goes with the lipstick. It's a peachy pink, a soft rose gold, so pretty. I got this in the winter time and I adore it. Moving on to the quad that I'm wearing on my eyes today. This is number 78 Rivage. This mermaid fantasy is my absolute favorite. Spoilers, my favorite. I adore blue. I love blue eyeshadow, blue eye makeup. I think that this is absolutely stunning from top to bottom. I adore this so much. Fun fact, they came out with this one here and then a more peachy pink palette at the same time. And if you look online and also in stores and boutiques, they still have the peachy pink palette in stock. The blue one sold out instantly. They restocked it and they sold out again. Turns out blue eyeshadow is stunning. I just love it. I love the mermaid fantasy. I love blue, and Chanel has not done colors like this in years, honestly, decade, like a whole decade, I think. It's been such a long time. Especially a light blue, something light, not dark and heavy. Listen, this is absolutely hands down my favorite release so far. We'll see what the rest of the year brings, but Mermaid Fantasy, yes. And then they came out with this matching eyeliner, which is what I'm wearing on the bottom lashes, number 82, Blue Abyss. I'm running out of real estate here. Look at that. Look at that blue. It's so pretty, so stunning. Just gorgeous. I cannot get over it. Ugh, mermaid fantasy, yes, please. Moving on to the actual Les Beige collection from this year, they came out with these oversized palettes here. At first, I wasn't certain because I don't love an oversized palette. Like for me, this is not a selling point, but I love the stripes. We haven't seen anything like this from Chanel in, again, close to a decade. So this was just such a breath of fresh air. So what I do when I wear this is I mix all three. Well, actually, I mix these two together. This is technically a highlighter, bronzer, blush, and I have to say the blush is so pretty. I think the blush for me is my favorite part. What I like to do is I mix the bronzer and the highlighter together on the cheek, and then I add the blush on top. It's a bit of a rosy gold, but more fuchsia. It has a little bit of pop of color. It's just so pretty for summer, and I love the texture. Everything just feels finely milled and light and airy, and it looks so luminous. I really was confused at first, and this is the medium rose gold. I just realized I forgot to tell you. This one here, medium rose gold, yes. But they just work so well together. I wasn't sure at first which colors to get and if this would be too dark for me, but no, it's so pretty and so light, and it mixes well with a lot of the other stuff that I have, which is very important. So around the same time that Chanel came out with the Les Beige, they also decided to redo their single eyeshadows, and they were really due. The old formula, again, I think was over a decade old, and honestly much drier. I bought four of the new ones, and the quality is better. It's silkier, it's smoother, it's more buttery. It's a definite improvement. So the first one I got is number 222 Jade Facette, so a beautiful jade. So pretty. Ugh, I mean, I love color, if you cannot tell. This one here, I believe, is a metallic finish. It's really pretty. I don't know what else to say. It's a beautiful jade color, but it's a little bit lighter. It's not too dark. I love color, but sometimes I find that companies think, oh, you want color? You want a smoky eye. No, I want greens and blues that are light and vibrant. And the next one here is number 236 Brun Talpa. This one here is a classic, a staple. This existed before in the old formula. They just redid the formula, and this is it's a better version. It's an improvement. It's creamier, softer, more buttery, and easier to apply. The color is a little bit different. This one here is a little bit cool, more cool toned, and the other older version was a little bit warmer, but it's just a gorgeous taupe. It's an amazing one and done. It has luminous finish to it. This with some mascara, and you're out the door. Next up is the number 236, which I believe has been sold out in a lot of places. This is the beautiful lilac shade. This one is a matte. Wow, what a gorgeous color. Ugh, I just can't get over it. It's so pretty. I've worn this a few times. You can wear this on its own. You can layer it. It's so pretty. Oh, yes. Absolutely stunning. I love this one so much. And then the last one that I got is a topper shade. And this is 220 Blanc Perle, so like a pearly white. And this, I promise you, no camera, no photo, no video can ever do this justice. It's a topper shade. It gives you an iridescent, pearlescent, pinky shift. It looks so pretty on its own or layered on top of anything, really. It just transforms anything. Anything matte, satiny, metallic, you can add it on top to just transform it and create something extra special. I wear it on its own sometimes or layered on top of anything I want. All right, let's move on to Dior. But before I do, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I have a band-aid here. Today's French word of the day is un bobo, a boo-boo. So yesterday I was trying to open up a jar of olives, and the olives won. They had some sort of like hard plastic cover on top of the olives, and when I opened it, I think I went like this, and the plastic sheath cover like just sliced my finger. Yeah, anyway, un bobo, a boo boo. Continuing with makeup. From Dior this year, I have these two items that technically kind of snuck in at the end of December last year, but we're just going to include them. These are new Addict Lip Maximizers. I love these. I love the product itself, and these are just new shades. So the first one here is the shocking one. It's called Icy Blue. I know, blue lip gloss. Listen, it actually looks more like a soft lilac. It doesn't look blue. It doesn't look like hypothermia. It doesn't look unhealthy. It looks like a milky lilac. It's surprisingly pretty. I have gotten a huge kick out of it. I wear it all the time. It's gorgeous. Shockingly enough, it's gorgeous. A more traditional color here is the rose gold shimmer, which gives, actually, let me give you a swatch. Wow, I'm terrible at my job here. So I'll give you a swatch of the icy blue, and it kind of just looks a little blue, but I promise on the lips it's better. And many of you have in fact purchased this. So if you've purchased icy blue, please testify down in the comments. But anyway, this shimmer rose gold is just a more standard classic color. It's like a shimmery rose gold peach. It is a no-brainer lip gloss. When I have days when I cannot think of what to wear, I just want to like leave the house and throw something on my lips, I just grab this and it always looks good. It's not too peach, not too pink, not too shimmery. It just looks amazing, and it gives you a little bit of a plump lip. It's gorgeous. So these two I've used a lot recently. And moving on, the new Miss Dior perfume. So I love the original, well, not the original, but the Miss Dior Chérie from like 2009. That perfume, sadly, is gone. We're not getting it back. I'm very sad about that. That was my favorite perfume. This one here is close, not a dupe. It is not a dupe, but if you love the 2009 buttery popcorn Miss Dior Chérie, you would like this new Miss Dior Parfum. It will not be the exact same, but it will give you some nostalgia notes. It has less jasmine, more fruity notes, and it smells wonderful. It does smell like Miss Dior, and it definitely is my favorite version of Miss Dior because they've done different versions of this over the past few years actually, and I've liked a lot of them, but I haven't loved them. This is the closest we will get again. This is the one that I love the most, so I had to include this. Moving on to a palette from this spring summer season, we have the 813 Mimi Rose. Now, this one here, sadly, was sold out really quickly, and this is a problem that a lot of luxury beauty brands are experiencing, where they make everything limited edition, everything so difficult to get. It actually creates more frustration and anger with their clients than anything else, because they will send so few products to the counter and online that very few of their clients get to actually experience this. And this one was such an experience. I was able to buy mine online, but I know that a lot of you watching were not able to get it, sadly. This I love the most because of this light blue here. It's giving periwinkle fairy fantasy. It's light, it's blue, it's purple, it's pink, it has shift. Like I stated, periwinkle fairy fantasy. Lightness from within is ethereal. And over the winter, I really leaned in and indulged in a lot of cool toned makeup, which we really hadn't seen in a very long time. And I'm still fighting for cool toned makeup, but we're starting to see a little bit of resurgence. And one such way is the Backstage Pink Lilac. Now, this is not as lilac as I thought it would be. I'm going to wear it again. I'm going to wear it more, but I love it. I still love anything Backstage blush. I find that they're so luminous and light. And this is lilac. It has glow. It has more luminosity to it than the standard pink and coral. I'm sort of struggling to get a swatch here. I think I have more product on my finger, but it's this soft pink lilac glow. It doesn't look quite as lilac as like here or here. You know, we have more blue based products here, but I love it for the fact that it's cool toned. I can definitely lean into this and wear this with like a full face of lilac makeup and just live my best life. Now, Dior this year also re-envisioned. I was going to say re-envisioned and reimagined, and I don't know what almost came out. Anyway, reimagined their single eyeshadows. And I have a couple here. The first one is 619 Metallic Tutu. This shade here is simplicity in the best way. It's an everyday light peachy pink. They didn't necessarily reinvent the wheel, but it's like a soft rose gold that's great for a one and done. You can wear this as a peachy champagne wash of color on the eye. It's definitely a softer formula than I've seen from other variations from the brand, but it's just really light. It's easy. If you want just like an easy peachy makeup look, get Tutu. If you want something a little bit more bold and fun, might I recommend 162 Bleu Bayadère. Like I stated, I love color and I love blue. Now this one here is definitely more opaque. You take very little work to get color payoff. Look at that. Look at this swatch. It's so blue. It gives me Mediterranean. It gives me beautiful summer makeup vibes. I absolutely adore this color here. Also for the summer this year, they came out with a new Dior Forever Natural Glow Bronzer Compact. And like Chanel, this is a striped multi-use product. So we have bronzer, we have blush and highlighter, 3-in-1. I am starting to hit hard pan here, which I hadn't really noticed before. But anyway, I've had this for a few months, or a couple of months anyway. So what I do usually is I go like this with my brush. I sort of fixate on the bronzer part and then I swirl around the multicolor area. It's similar to the one from Chanel in that it has stripes, but this one here is warmer, more coral, which is nice. I wanted the balance of both. I love mixing all of this together. Usually when I wear this, I wear only this on my cheek. I don't bother applying anything else. So it's nice as a multi-purpose product if you want to travel or if you want to simplify your look. I think this is a really nice product. Moving on to my favorite mascara of 2024 so far. This is from Givenchy. This is the Givenchy Interdit mascara. They've done mascaras before. They were fine. This one here, spectacular. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes. It's what I've been wearing on my eyes for several weeks actually. It's just great. It gives you lots of separation, definition, volume, drama. Sometimes luxury mascaras are very expensive and they either dry up really quickly or they're just not even that great. This one here, worth every cent. I would buy it again. I'm contemplating buying this one again or going back to the YSL Lash Clash. I think they're both great. But anyway, for this year, for this video's purposes, the Givenchy Interdit, chef's kiss. Moving on to Guerlain. This year, they came out with their version of lip oils. They're so good. I have the shade 309 Honey Glow. This is how much I like it, okay? I wear it so much. It's gorgeous. They have several shades. I went with the Honey Glow because I wanted something really light and natural. And I have the lip balm in the same shade. So this has a really thick wand applicator, so you get a nice coating on your lips. It has the faintest honey scent. Honestly, I think it could be stronger, but it's fine. This stains your lips. Like if you apply this solely on your lips, the oil part will dissipate after a couple of hours, but the color will stain your lips. I went to bed one night and I just slathered this really thickly, and then I went to bed, and the next morning I still had a stain on my lips. It's that good, and the texture is wonderful. It's thick. It is a thicker gloss, but it isn't too thick. It doesn't feel too gluey. It doesn't run. It's wonderful, and it's a little bit cheaper than the one from Dior. I love the Dior lip oils too, but the one from Guerlain, is a few dollars cheaper, so may as well. Also this year, Guerlain came out with the Terracotta Concealer, which is what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing the shade 2.5. I've done a whole review, wear test, all that jazz. Basically, this concealer doesn't crease, doesn't transfer, doesn't move. What else do we want? It offers a nice level of coverage. It's not too thick. Sometimes concealers look like concealers. This one is a nice level where it covers. It looks natural. This is the wand. It's very thin, so you can do precision spot correction if you want, but you get a nice amount of product here. Again, the shade 2.5 is what I wear. I'm not sure what else to say about the terracotta concealer other than it wears nicely, it doesn't transfer, it doesn't crease. You know, midday, some concealers make you go like this to touch it up. This doesn't do that, it stays in place. And it covers without being too thick and too thin. I think it dries down nicely. Just, yeah, it's a great concealer. Moving on from Guerlain, one of their blushes. So they came out with the terracotta blushes this year, but there's one in particular that I've used up a lot. It's the shade 01 Light Pink, and you can tell it's very well loved. I bought this a couple months ago and I've worn it so much. Again, during the winter when I was just like leaning into that cool toned makeup, periwinkle, light fantasy. It's a blue toned plummy mauve. It's so stunning. It's also just very easy to wear. And I have to say that these Guerlain blushes, they last all day. Like 8, 9, 10 hours, your blush is in the exact same spot you left it. This is like, I don't know, resistant to everything. It's supposed to be transfer proof and long wearing, but it really is. Like some blushes sort of fade midday. The Guerlain ones, no, you can, it's locked and loaded. You can do whatever you want, whatever you need. It stays all day, which is really nice. Moving on to RMS Beauty. So I've heard a lot about this brand, and this year, I don't know what happened. I just decided to finally give it a try. So I have here the Redimensions Hydra Bronzer in Tan Lines. I bought this, I don't know, a month or two ago. I love it. As you can tell, it's very well loved. Again, this is called Tan Lines, and I love it because it hits this sort of neutral, cool receptor that a lot of brands just don't do. A lot of brands just really insist on having super warm, orangey bronzers. And I love how silky this feels. It feels silky, it's luminous, it's not too matte. It's really just, I just think it's lovely. I love the formula, I love the finish, I love how it looks. And this is what I'm wearing today as a bronzer. I just love it. I think it's great. From the first swatch, the first application, I was like, okay, I am hooked. And then I also bought a bronzer at the same time, or a blush. I bought a blush at the same time. This one is called Crystal Slipper. This is sort of like if a bronzer and a blush had a baby. It's like a sort of blush that it isn't quite a bronzer on its own. Some of you have asked me because I do like both, like which one should I get? I personally prefer the bronzer, but the blush is just sort of like a very neutral, your cheek but better. It isn't quite as much of a bronzer when you compare them side by side, but you can see it's like your cheek but better. It's a flush, but not too much of anything. And again, it's quite luminous. It's very silky. When I bought both, I would just automatically was hooked and I was like, I need to use these all the time. And I was really surprised because I got a few comments from people saying that they thought that RMS Beauty felt cheap. Listen, I don't think it's like super luxe, but I do think it's like high end. And if I compare it to Guerlain, they feel almost the same. I mean, Guerlain looks different, but I don't know. I was just really surprised that a few people said they don't like RMS Beauty because it feels cheap to them, but I think it looks nice. I don't know. I like it. I like the packaging. I mean, the packaging isn't like the most extravagant. It's still nice. It's a bit dirty because I use it, but I don't know. That's nice. Anyway, food for thought. Leave a comment down below. Okay, where are we at now? Moving on to the other product that I'm wearing on my lips. So I'm wearing the Chanel 7 a.m. lipstick with this Victoria Beckham gloss. So this is not new, but it's new to me. I adore this lip gloss texture. This is the shade called Bungalow. And what you see here is what you get. The lip gloss here, it's thick, it's opaque, And it has the color payoff. Some lip glosses, it's just like someone mentioned the lip shade in the other room. This one here, it's nice and thick, but it's not too thick. It's not gluey, you know, it's just, there's something there. Let me see if I can just do a swatch here. Like, look, boom. You could do a lip liner if you want, or a lipstick like I did. I often wear this just on its own. It's so pretty, so rich. And now that I know that she does such good lip glosses, I'm open to others. Next up from Violette FR is a yeux paint. So yeux paint just means like eye paint. It's her liquid eyeshadows or liquid eyeliners, however you choose. And this one here, the shade is called Marron Glacé, so like a glazed chestnut color. And this one here just has the absolute prettiest finish. It's like a beautiful, rich brown that has a gorgeous satin color. I've been wearing it. I haven't done a full video yet with this, coming soon, but I have worn it and gotten so many compliments in real life and also on camera. It's so pretty. And these are liquid eyeshadows. I have several, actually. I have several, mostly blue-based ones, of course. These are waterproof and transfer proof. Once these are dry, they're staying in place. I'm gonna have to use like a oil-based makeup remover to get this off. They're wonderful. I often use the blue-based ones as eyeliner. It's so pretty, but this one here is just like a gorgeous color. And well, apparently I forgot how the alphabet works because I skipped over U before V. Anyway, the U Beauty Super Tinted Hydrator. This is what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing the shade number 4. This is a tinted moisturizer. It's very sheer, very lightweight, very much your skin but better, but in a very moisturizing way. Sometimes these products claim to be moisturizing, not so much. This one absolutely is. So it has a pump like this. This is what the product looks like. It really just blends into the skin nicely, and it feels hydrating and moisturizing. It feels like it's part skincare. It is pricey, you know, I bought it knowing full well that it would be expensive, but I just love the finish. I love how healthy it is. Everything looks dewy and moisturized and healthy. And I like my skin but better. I don't mind if you can see imperfections or blemishes. I kind of like seeing real skin, and I just love the finish. I bought this, I think it was still winter time, and I wasn't certain if I would want to wear this in the summer because it is very moisturizing, but it does dry down and it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel like anything. It looks and feels like my skin but better. So even though it's hotter and humid now, I'm still wearing this. All right, last but not least are 2 nail polishes. Now these were sent to me from Essie, but these are my thoughts. This is not sponsored. So these are 2 neutral colors that they sent to me, and these are new. And this is the one called Wild Nudes and Topless and Barefoot. So inspired by beach and nudism apparently. So Wild Nudes and then topless and barefoot. I actually like to wear them at the same time. Sometimes I like to do multicolors. I just think it's fun. And I did a little swatch here on some Scotch tape. And okay, you can see the liquid eyeshadow is still stained here. Anyway, they just look like nudes. So I like this one because it looks like a neutral slight taupe, and then we have the pink as well. And when I wear them mixed together, it takes people like a second to realize that I'm wearing multiple colors, but I think it's cute. And they both last over a week, which is why I'm mentioning them, because I love a classic traditional nail polish, but sometimes they don't last, and these ones lasted over a week, so I thought it was time to mention it. So if you're new to my channel, I do tons of luxury beauty reviews. I focus on a lot of luxury brands, but others as well. I really hope you take the time to subscribe because I know that many of you who watch me are not subscribed yet. You've watched 1, 2, 3, maybe even a dozen videos and you're not subscribed yet. So please just take the time to click that bell. And if you've made it to the end of the video, it's time to leave an emoji. So I fired up my most used emojis, like my most frequently used ones. And I thought maybe the little guy with the sunglasses, you know, I think he looks pretty cool. Let's use the little emoji with the sunglasses in today's video. So if you've made it to the end of the video, leave a little sunglass emoji. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.